Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand, episode 2. Okay, so it's day 2 on the trip, and Leah has planned an excursion to an elephant sanctuary. She's saying that she's hoping that their calm nature will rub off on the women. All right, Leah. So apparently there's some leftover tension from the night before between Portia and Candace. And of course, the producers insert the clip of Portia saying that Candace sued Bird Lady because she needed money to pay off her mom's house. And I don't know why they did that, because it reminded me how much I was really irritated by Portia doing that. I really, really, really was. And so Portia is saying, I don't know how I got to be that deep. You don't? If someone had said that about your mom and your mom's house and your finances, it was not going to be deep for you? All right, Portia. Okay, so back on the bus, Leah is talking to Alexia, and Alexia is giving her, the tea on Herman and meeting with his lover and all the good stuff. And one thing about that story is, I don't care how many times I hear it, it's a great story. Okay, it's very interesting. She's helping a lot of people every time she tells this story. I don't know, she was in love with Herman, but she loved him as a person. This was her husband. That could not be, the story is very interesting to me, okay? I'm going to listen to it. Anytime, Alexia, you want to talk about what happened with Herman and the lover and him dying and you finding out stuff and the whispers and all the rumors you used to hear, girl, every time you want to tell that story, I want to hear it. But anyways, the ladies arrived to the sanctuary, and they're getting all the information, all the do's and don'ts from the people. And these elephants are very cute. They're really, really cute, okay? But it's gonna be a no for me, okay? I'm scared. I'm scared of big animals like that. And elephants are huge. Like, it's too many rules. I can't remember all of that. I would be admiring the elephants from afar. And then the mud, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. It's going to be a no for me. It is. But the girls seem to be enjoying themselves, and I'm loving all the playfulness because girls trips are supposed to be fun. They're having a good old time throwing mud at Giselle. They start throwing mud at each other. And again, the mud is not my thing, but it works for them. They're having a great time, and I love it, Anyways, the ladies get all cleaned up, and they have a nice little setup for lunch. And that damn Portia. Yo, when Portia said that she was about to siphon the cork out of the wine bottle, I was impressed. I was like, okay. And that bitch was playing. Cause I was like, can you really do that? I was ready to be impressed with Portia. I was about to give her flowers like, yes, bitch. The girl is a fool. See, these are the moments where I love Portia, right? When I used to be a Portia fan, okay? Portia was my number one. Behind the same Candace is what made me, she got dropped off the list because I ain't like the shit that she was doing. But this is really making me forgive Portia. Like this right here, this is what I like to see you do, Portia. I don't like the gang ups and the scheming. I like the silliness and the playfulness and the light energy. That's what I like about Portia, okay? So Leah goes around the table because she wants to know everybody's best and worst experience about being a housewife. And Candace starts off first, and she says social media has been the worst, She was like, they just do too much on there to me. And Giselle is chiming in like, girl, you bring it on yourself. You do too much. And it's like, no. Now, y'all know I love Candace. Candace is my number one. She's my favorite housewife. So this may sound biased, but this is really not biased. I'm on Twitter, okay? Candace can literally tweet 1111, and the crazy people are going to pop up in her comments saying all types of rude, disrespectful, racist things. My comments alone. I can literally say something positive or funny, and then somebody is going to chime in and say something rude about Candace. Somebody that don't follow me, probably don't even follow Candace, they will find anything in any kind of way to come at Candace or come after her. And it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Giselle saying she brings it upon herself. How? How does she bring it upon herself? Like, Giselle, you probably don't care about social media like you claim. I don't believe you, but whatever. Us millennials, we love social media, okay? And it's not just loving it, it's a part of us. Like, it's our reality. That's what we do. Social media is part of what we grew up into it, okay? So, yeah, we're going to get online and be social. How is she bringing it upon herself? You don't even be on social media, so you claim, but they be dragging you too. Portia talks about dealing with postpartum depression. And for those of us who watch Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12, we know that, yes, she might have been going through postpartum depression, but she also was dealing with her fiance cheating on her, or finding out that her fiance cheated on her while being pregnant, and a breakup. So, yeah, Portia was going through a lot. Portia was going through a lot. You know, her little spinoff that she had, she acted such a fool on that spinoff that we really forgot just how bad Dennis really did her. He did her wrong. He really did do her wrong. Like, Portia was going through it that season. Poor baby. You know, as I was watching this, I was looking at Giselle and I was wondering, it's like, does seeing Portia be so vulnerable, does that stir up anything in Giselle? Like, because not only did Portia go through this, you know, season 12, but she also is willing to sit here and explain in further detail just exactly what she was going through. Like, to be that raw, to be that real. And you sit there and be giving us surface ass stories. Like, I wanted to make her feel some kind of way. I don't know. I'm really not one of those people that want to see Giselle cry. Like, I don't really need that from her. But I'm just wondering, like, do you feel anything ever? Are you ever willing to share your story instead of piggybacking off of everybody else's situation? I don't know. Marisol talks about Mama Elsa and how, you know, production and Andy, everybody loved Mama Elsa, but she was real hesitant about her mom being on TV. She didn't want people making fun of her mom. And I thought that was really, that kind of hit me in my heart. It did. I was like, I remember loving Mama Elsa. I mean, it was very obvious that there was something that she had done to her face. And now we know it was the fillers. Like, she couldn't go under anesthesia. So she had so many fillers and it changed her face. And that's, see, it's a cautionary tale, y'all. I love that she was able to be open and real in that moment. And she wasn't talking about alcohol. Marisol has really made drinking part of her personality. So I did enjoy this moment where she was like, it was just real. Like, I didn't want my mama to come on the TV because I didn't want y'all to be rude to my mom. But she said she's glad that her mom was able to come on the show because she loved the show. And we the people loved Mama Elsa. So that was a beautiful little moment. I appreciated that from Marisol. Like, see, Marisol and Alexia and Portia, this was a good thing to come on this show. Because Alexia and Marisol, y'all pissed me off something real serious on the other show. Y'all really did. And I'm starting to kind of forget it just a little bit. Leah also breaks down as she's explaining how season 13 of Roni was really difficult for her. And she's saying how, you know, her grandmother obviously passed and nobody in production told her that she could leave and go home and be with her family. And when she decided that she was going to leave, it was too late. And that's really unfortunate. That's really sad. So none of the ladies were really buying what Leah was trying to say. And for me, it did feel a little weird, and I didn't understand what she was trying to say. I feel like maybe she was trying to redeem herself because a lot of people turned on her season 13. So maybe she wanted people to be like, oh, you guys, take it easy on me, you know. I was going through a tough time. I don't know. But she breaks down and everybody's trying to comfort her and Candace is trying to comfort her. And it was just like, it was a lot. It was a lot. Candace takes her seat and she too breaks down. And it was just like, what the hell? Everybody crying. What is going on? And they're like, what's wrong? And everybody's like, and she was just like, I can't tell y'all. Stop on to tell. And Portia, silly behind, go jump up and say, see, everybody, this is a spiritual elephant sanctuary. And they all bust out laughing at her. Candace was like, girl, shut up. And Portia jumps up and she started dancing. And it was like, this is the Portia that I used to love. This is my girl right here, okay? This is the Portia that I enjoy. I love this side of Portia because it was becoming a little too much. Everybody with the tears and shit. And she was like, girl, we on a trip. Let's have fun. See, Portia, why you can't be like this all the time? You over there hanging out with bird ladies and whatnot. Okay, so on the way back home or back to the house, Candace is telling, I think, Leah, Alexia, and Heather how right before she came on the trip, she got into this huge fight with Chris. And this is the worst fight that they've ever had. And they were using the D word. And y'all know I love Candace. Y'all know that I love Candace down. But Candace can be a bit dramatic. Okay? She can be a little over the top. She can overreact. And we're just gonna let her have her moment. You know, I don't think it was that deep, Candace, but you know, I wasn't there. But she's explaining this to them. Pretty much, she mad at her husband. She mad at her husband and she's overreacting. And it's like, that can't feel good. Like, you and your husband have an argument and then you get on a plane and you go to a whole nother continent. That's a lot. That's really a lot. So I can understand. I get it. But Candace, don't be throwing around that D word. Because I don't believe that the fight was calling for all of that, okay? I don't believe all of that. But, you know. So back at the house, Portia asks Pepsi if he could order her some KFC. And see, again, this is why me and Portia, we see each other, okay? Because I myself, I'm a very picky eater. I cannot eat everything. No shade to anybody's culture. But my palate is used to certain things. Yes, I'm a picky eater. Call me childish. I do not care. I eat what I want. I eat what I want, and I would not be shamed for it. And that's that on that. So apparently one of Whitney's tracks was slipping, and so she needed Heather to help her sew it, tack it back down. And girl, yeah, secure your weave. I'm all about a needle and thread. I carry a needle and thread with me at all times because I will not be shamed in public, okay? I'm just saying. Anyways, they get to talking about their issues or whatever. And I told y'all already I did not complete season 3 of SLC. So I really don't know what their beef is about. I'm not interested. I'm not invested. I don't really care. From what it looks like to me is that Whitney is up Lisa's ass. She's finally getting to be friends with Lisa. And she acting funny with Heather. Heather is in the way of her friendship with Lisa. So Heather, bye sis. And you know, I really don't know why. I really can't believe how much these two annoy me. I used to love Heather and Whitney. You couldn't tell me shit about Whitney. I loved her down season 1. And then it was just season 2. She started off good. And then I don't know, somewhere in the middle towards the end, somewhere in the middle towards the end, she lost me. Her and Heather. But anyways, the ladies arrive at the restaurant where Candace is hosting her ladyboy dinner. And she decides to give all the ladies a ladyboy name for the night. And of course, all the names were really cute. All the names are cute. Of course, Giselle and Portia, they got shady names. Giselle was Shanita Man and Portia was She'll Take a Man. And they're both very tight about it. They don't like the names. And it's just like, it's not that deep, y'all. It's really not that deep. I don't know. I laugh. The rest of us are laughing. Giselle does low-key tell us that, you know, she getting that back crack. Y'all don't know what she need, okay? Y'all can stop talking about she need a man. She say she's over there getting it in. She says she likes to dabble here, there, and everywhere. So do you, Giselle? Do you, girl? So at the dinner table, Candace posed a question of whether or not the reality shows disrupt your relationships, your marriages. And of course, Giselle perks up and she's ready to answer the questions. And it's just like, I guess Giselle is just saying how, of course it does, but you know, men who don't want to do the right thing, it's going to be more difficult for them. And she's saying in the confessionals, you know, these men, pretty much these men that cheat, if she find out about it, she's going to tell. And it's like, we know. She throws in Schmiegel, Darby, and it was just like, why are we talking about him? Ashley ain't on this trip. He ain't on this trip. Why are we talking about him? Now, see, if Candace had thrown that man's name out there, Ashley would have been out of her. Ashley would have been livid. She would have been mad. She would have been saying all types of stuff. But Giselle be throwing them shots at you all the time, Ashley, and you just take it. So this is why y'all can't stand Candace, because Candace ain't gonna take that shit. She gonna make you regret coming for her. She's gonna read you for filth, and you're gonna be like, damn, I should have left that girl alone. That's why y'all can't take Candace, because Candace ain't letting y'all get away with talking stupid to her at all, and she shouldn't. Now the ladies, they really want to know about Portia and Simon. And Portia is like, I want Candace to tell it because she seems to know everything, right? Because y'all know she's still salty about Candace naming her. She'll take a man. And it's like, I just feel like if you were going to be bold enough to pursue this relationship, Portia, be bold enough to stand in it and be like, yeah. And what? And what about it? So I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about, you know, is Portia telling the truth? She lying. She was already dating Simon and this, that, and the third. And I don't know that she's lying or she ain't. I don't know. What does it matter to me? Okay, my thing is LaToya Forever, she kept alluding to something not being right between Fallon and Simon. And whatever she was alluding to, whatever she knew, I feel like Portia also knew. I feel like that marriage was a sham from the very beginning, in my opinion. Okay, allegedly. That's what I think. And let's just be real. Fallon was pregnant by a whole nother man before her and Simon split. So, like I said, I feel like Portia knew what was up. And she didn't home wreck and she didn't take the man. She helped herself to the man. Okay? She knew what Fallon was out here in these streets doing. And she shot her shot. And it is what it is. But I just need Portia to understand that the optics of what happened will never look right. It will always look a little weird. Because her saying that she DM'd Simon to check on him when she heard what happened. When Mike and Cynthia split, did you call Mike and check on Mike? I'm sure you did not. When all the other couples were splitting on these shows, sure you didn't call to check on none of them. So, girl, you shot your shot, and who cares? You grown, he grown, Fallon is grown, everybody's grown. You did what you wanted to do. It's always going to look a little weird. It just is. It's going to look weird. But at the same time, I mean, that's your whole husband now, so do you, boo? I just think it's a little too late to be caring what people think. I mean, this is your whole husband now. The moment you got with him, you had to know what people was going to think. So why start caring now? But anyways, in the confessionals, Marisol, Heather, and Whitney, they all here for taking a man. They was like, yeah, I'll take a man. Shoot. If he like me, I'm going to take him. And Marisol was like, judging by that rock on her finger, she took the right one. And we all know Whitney's story. Whitney cheated on her husband where her current husband was married to somebody else. It is what it is. Portia, you just need to adopt the attitude of judging mama, don't judge me. I mean, it is what it is. Shoot, if I'm going to do some shit like that, I'm going to do it with my full chest. Judge me, I ain't going to give a damn. Anyways, Alexia is saying that she would absolutely leave the show if it got in between her and her husband's relationship. And she said they've had this conversation already because she signed up for the show. He did not. This is her third marriage. Okay, she holding on to this one. Okay, she ain't about to sit up here and let no foolishness get in the way of her situation. And I don't blame her because Alexia lives a very beautiful life. I don't know if that's Herman's money or the new man's money, but her life is very beautiful, okay? She's living the life in Miami. If I had that, you think I'd be fooling around with Bravo or Peacock? I would not. I really like Alexia on this show. This is the Alexia I need to see on Miami because this last season of Alexia, I didn't too much care for her. Now, of course, Giselle can't miss an opportunity to ghost produce and be messy. She wants to know about Herman and the lover. And of course, Alexia is telling her story. And I already told y'all, I don't care how many times Alexia tell the story, it ain't never gonna get old with me. This is a story that I always wanted to hear. So speak up, Alexia. We want to hear you talk, okay? And she's explaining the story. And every time she tells a story, she releases another detail that we didn't hear the first time. Or at least I didn't catch it the first time. I don't know. But Leah is like, oh, I already heard this story. It's a snooze fest. And did I tell y'all that Leah was getting on my nerves? She really is getting on my nerves. I felt like they listened to you talk about the shit you wanted to talk about. So if she is telling the story again, she told it to you on the bus. She didn't tell the other ladies. All the other ladies weren't present for this story. So they asked her about it. Giselle asked her. She didn't just say, oh, y'all, let me tell y'all about my second husband and his lover. No. They asked her and she was answering. And it might have been a long story, but it's a lot of story to tell. You just mad because you don't have nothing interesting like that to share with the class? I don't know. Leah, if it's not about Leah, she feels a way. She becomes annoying when the attention and the spotlight and the focus is not on her. And I don't like people like that. Candace, get your friend. Get your friend. Man, she being all rude and Anyways, the ladies are not in agreement with Leah. They don't like that she said that. They all want to hear Alexia's story. So now she looks like the fool that she is. She wants to snap on Marisol because Marisol is telling her, like, girl, how you calling her story boring? This is her real life. And she was like, oh, girl, don't take your anger out on me. You just mad because your stomach hurts. If you know me, my stomach always hurts, okay? I'm always having stomach issues. If it's, I got every GERD, my cycle, PMS, baby, endo, like, if you want to piss me off, make light of my discomfort and my pain, baby, I'm gonna cuss you out. Marisol just was like, Marisol cuss her out. Treat her like she's Adriana. You don't let her get away with talking to you like that? What's wrong with you? Yeah, Leah, you just mad because nobody cares about your stories. Nobody is interesting or asking you questions about anything, and that's what you're mad about. You got a hater spirit, and I don't like it. Anyways, they hit us with a to be continued. Ciao. I am enjoying this, though. I ain't finna sit up here and tell y'all no lies. I'm really enjoying season 3 of Ultimate Girls Trip. Even Leah's being annoying as hell. I guess we gotta have somebody around so that we could talk shit about. Cause girl, the way I have forgotten, well, I ain't forget, but the way I'm loving Alexia, Marisol, Portia, even Heather. Heather is back on the good side for me. I still don't think I'm gonna ever like Whitney again. Whitney and Leah, we couldn't switch them out for somebody else. Anyways, that's really all I had to say. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.